Whoa! What do we got here? It's the 8BitDo Retro 108 mechanical keyboard. I'm not a huge keyboard guy myself. I switched over to a Have-It mechanical keyboard at work because I like the clicky feel and I need a number pad. Besides that, I've just used the standard mass-produced keyboards all my life. From IBM to those weird swervy Microsoft ones from the 90s and the early 2000s, down to these $4 specials from Micro Center. Now what all that means is that I'm coming at this review as a non-specialist. When I saw that 8BitDo was dropping a 108 key version of their awesome keyboard, both in NES and Famicom color options, I immediately wishlisted it on Amazon. But right before it went on sale, I was talking with one of our buddies over at the Aknes Discord. And Aknes, by the way, they're an official Amazon distributor for 8BitDo, Ghoulie Kit, Retro Flag, a couple other things. And they always send us out docks and controllers for giveaways. So like if you're ever watching our podcast and there's NES, Steam Deck docks, it's usually from them. They're real generous. So one of the guys I was talking to on their Discord, he let me know they'd be getting these keyboards for their Amazon store, and they might be able to send me one to review. Well, you know me, I'll review anything. So I said yes. So here we go. Let's see what's in the box. This is a big honkin' chonkin' boy here. Ooh, there's the keyboard. That is hefty. You have your super buttons, you have some stickers, you have a quick start guide, and you have a manual. Oh, and here's your USB-C cord that comes with it. Oh man, that is slick as shit. Oh man, this feels like my old IBM clone leading edge keyboard I used to have. I could just play with these keys all day and it would be a really weird video, but let's focus on what we got here. Up here you have your connectivity. You can set it to Bluetooth, you can turn it off, or you can use your dongle. Oh, you have the full keyboard, including the number pad. Let's flip it upside down. You have your A, B, X, and Y here. This is actually where you plug in your super button. You have your USB-C. This is to charge it. You can also have a direct wired connection with the included cable. This is your standard 8BitDo dongle. You plug this into pretty much anything and it's going to connect and pair right away. It should come paired to this dongle right out of the box, but you can fix that with that button on the front if you need to. Look at that. Magnetic. On the back here, you have these like rubber feet to keep it from sliding around. You can also raise and lower this, and this is also magnets apparently. Flipping them out does give you a much different angle, much more ergonomic. I don't know if it's ergonomic, it just feels correct because this is how I learned how to type on a bad early 90s IBM clone keyboard. And this is not bad at all. It just feels super retro, but this is high quality. Speaking of the high quality, let's go over the specs. Now this sucker is a pretty bulky 1,350 gram keyboard, which is basically 3 pounds. It feels like it's 3 pounds. It is solid. This works with Windows 10 and above, Android 9 and above, and although it's not on the box, it's not in the manual anywhere, a lot of people with the prior model, the 87 key model, say it works fine with Mac. The only issue with Mac OS, this is a Windows keyboard. Hey, my Windows button is upside down. It says NIM. What the heck? But you can pop them off, pop it back down. Now my Windows button works. It has 108 of these keys, and these are the CaliBox White Switches version 2. And there are entire videos dedicated to this particular type of white switch or other white switches. Suffice to say, this type of white key is clicky. It has an old school typewriter sound, and it's really smooth. All of these keycaps are colored with a dye sublimation process, which I am too stupid to fully comprehend, but if I can break it down in terms I understand, color and letter last longer on plastic button without costing Zoo too many shiny stone. As I said before, you can hot swap the PCB, you can hot swap your keys, and the buttons you can reprogram. There is the 8BitDo Ultimate Software version 2 they have for free on their website, and that lets you set up some really cool macros and you can configure to your heart's content, especially since these giant Game Boy buttons are in play. I feel like that 8.5 foot tall guy that used to be in the Guinness Book of World Records, like this is a controller they built for him before he died when he was like 50 because his body couldn't pump the blood 7 feet up into the air. Now the keyboard can connect via 2.4G dongle, low energy Bluetooth, which they say makes the battery last a lot longer, or just wire it in with USB. I have my keyboards plugged in like 99% of the time, but it does come with a 2000 milliamp hour battery, which they say will last for 200 hours of full use. Just plug it in from time to time, you should be fine. Right now, the Retro 108 comes in the N and the FAMI color options. The N is the NES color scheme, and that's what I got because I'm from America, and this is what I grew up with. It's beautiful, it's classic, it's authentic to the original colors, and of course the FAMI version is the Japanese Famicom color scheme. One of the cool and unique things about the Famicom version, though, is that there are Japanese characters, so you could ostensibly use this as a Japanese keyboard if you know Japanese, or if you're learning Japanese, or if you're using it occasionally. Now we're gonna try to be real quiet and get some audio of the keystrokes. Let's talk about price. It is available on Amazon.com for $120. The 87 key version is $90. So for $30 more, you're getting obviously more keys. You're getting a much more full function keyboard. Now, if you don't use your number pad, I wouldn't get this one. I get the 87 key one. Maybe get it in the Commodore 64 colorway, or the Famicom colorway, or NES, whatever you want. If you don't need the 108, don't pay the extra money for it. But I tell you what, I use the number pad all the time. I use these function keys over here all the time. And for me, obviously, $120 for this mechanical keyboard is probably going to last me for the next 10 years plus. Heck, the connectivity standards might change before this thing dies. But 120 bucks, I think it's a good price for me. You're getting what you pay for. High quality keyboard, and I really like it. Maybe if we play our cards right, we'll end up getting one of these keyboards in the giveaways. Don't quote me on it. Don't hold me to it. But, well, you never know. I personally, I love this thing. $120, you know what? That's not pocket change. But if you want to have just like the ultimate, like, holy crap, what's Steve over in the office got? That looks like old Nintendo, but it's a keyboard. Let's go talk to him. He's cool. That kind of status symbol, that sort of nerd cred amongst your other office drones or even in your house, I think this is the one for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.